Hello. We are where are we at again?
Jamestown.
Oh yeah, we're at Jamestown.
What is Jamestown, Henry? Whenever we studied in our history lesson, where is
It
Jamestown?
was the first English colony.
Very good. It is the first English colony. Do you remember why is it named Jamestown?
Sir Jamestown Sniffendock.
Who is Jamestown named after?
James. It's something with a James the First. I think.
Very good. Yeah, it is King James the First, right?
It was King James. That's what it was named after.
Yep.
King James.
The year is 1606. King James I is hoping to further his reign into the New World, and so he sends 3 ships called the Godspeed, the Discovery, and the Susan Constant across the Atlantic to the New World. Now, you'll see us here kind of getting to explore these recreations. And the first one right here that you see is the Susan Constant. Now, she was this biggest ship, and she carried 71 men from London to the New World. The 2 ships in the background are the Godspeed, which carries 52 men, and the Discovery, which carries 21. Now, those were roped off, so we weren't able to explore those. But the Constant is the one that we're on, kind of getting to walk around. It's a great replication of the actual boat or ship. Now, like most of us all know from our history books, many of the guys died from sickness, smallpox, measles, starvation, dehydration, all of the things that the men died of back then on ships. So even though I think they set off with 100 and so men, not all of them reached the New World. Tell us your name.
What's your name?
Matt.
Wave.
Jamestown Fort is in the shape of a triangle, very small. All of the structures there are called wattle and daub structures. They all have thatched roofs.
Oh, hello.
Was that supposed to happen?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Were some of the best archers in Europe, and they were complimenting the Palatins of being better than they were. So they were very concerned about that kind of weaponry and training in warrior culture, being able to kill everyone in the fort. So that's why they took to wearing armor, even though traditionally musketeers didn't wear it.
That doesn't cover very much.
Well, it's only a section of it. See, there's another piece right over there.
I got the section.
I guess, yeah. Perfect.
Hey, over your arm.
Peyton, you found all of it. Oh, look, Bubba Anthony found it over there. Go get some. Come on.
Drop me in Ukraine right now.
I think their bullets may be able to go right through that, though.
Ain't no way.
It's impossible.
Stella, let me see your hat.
I'm gonna get credited by putting
Your
on my-
helmet, I mean.
Sick.
What did you find, Max?
You want to put one on?
Yeah. We should get that. Is that heavy, Max? It is heavy?
Yeah!
Oh, it's a little.
Chainmail, yeah. It's cool. Feel how heavy it is. It's
I
really
like this
heavy.
one for better.
Yeah, I know,
This
it's
stuff
pretty
just
cool.
looks cool. And then this one has the collar piece that just goes with it.
Yeah, traditionally what they would do is they'd put some like cloth stuff and then they would put like a chainmail.
Inside of the fort was a church, the governor's house, military storage where they stored like their rifles and ammunition and that kind of thing, their armor. There was also a blacksmith shop, kind of a wood, where they did like the armor and things. There was also a woodworking shop maybe. All super cool that we got to see. Now, these are all recreations, obviously, but what was cool was they had people there dressed in period clothing, just giving us information about the village, about that time period, how the people lived, how the people cooked, when they were able to find wheat berries, how they grinded up their wheat berries. A very cool experience. Now, again, this is all recreation, and this is not the actual land where James Fort sat, this place that we are right now that you guys see. Now, the last few clips of the video is actually is on the land where Jamestown truly sat, right by the James River. Unfortunately, we didn't have very many clips of that because our camera battery died. But there is a little bit at the very end of the video that's just kind of almost like an open field. That's what that is.
Come here. Henry, come here. Yeah.
What?
Hang on 1 second.
Hold on.
Oh, goodness. Max is taking a nap, huh?
Night, Maxie. Go to sleep. Nighty night.
No, it's like
What the heck?
Two-room house.
Nothing's gonna make your children have good dreams as an axe and armor over their head.
Today's my turn to cook for people who just live in this building. Unless you just got off the boat.
Well, what are we having today?
Well, what should I say? I did a dish from one of our cookbooks, and chances are this would go to the governor's dinner table. It's from one of the 17th century cookbooks. It's referred to as a Turkish dish of meat. It is a stewed meat dish, in this case pork, because you are in Virginia. Onions, rice, whole peppercorns, and a beef broth, all stewed together. So the rest of you, I hope you like one pot meals. Hope you like pork, because that's going to be the big, meat, and whatever else you've added to it. Here we go.
Hey, you ready? Here you go. Come
Over
on.
there.
You gonna turn it? As you turn it, it's gonna grind the flour. It'll start coming out the sides here in a minute. You won't be able to see it too well. There we go. See it? See the hole forming? It's sucking that flour off. Go the other way, pull it from the other side.
I literally just saw some cloud fly out.
There you go. I'll let y'all do it.
You wanna do it, Max?
Alright, hold on. Take turns. You get it?
It's kind of hard.
There you go.
That was my turn.
Okay, alright, sis, let me do it. Alright.
You don't want to grind it. Wow. That's really pretty quick.
Process much longer.
Yeah. Here you go. See it starting to take it? Every now and then you give it a little help. Push it back in there. They probably had a brush or something they used to do that with. All right, there you go. Stella.
It's hard, huh, Max?
Max. Can I give it a try?
Get it going fast, Max. Can you grind it up, buddy? There you go. Back around Thanksgiving.
One of the parts you have to take a ferry.
Pretty kind. Hello. Chicken.
Mom, what do you think of the chicken?
His name is Chicken.
I'm pretty sure they just
Hey, who wants to try to catch the chicken when I record it?
Chicken tastes like.
Here, let's see how close I can get to this chicken with this thing.
You're supposed to remember how they told you to catch it with the hands like this.
Come here, little chicken. Come here, Papa.
Popeyes.
Come here, Papa.
It's Popeyes. Sir.
No, he's gonna panic.
So for the first couple of years, the only people that came were men. So it was just a whole colony of men.
Dang, look at all the armor.
They didn't let women come over for a while.
Yeah, because.
Sausage fest right there.
Yeah, it was definitely a sausage fest.
Yeah, they thought back then. They thought women were weak back then.
Are they strong now?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
What finally saved Jamestown? What did they end up growing that saved them?
Tobacco.
King James describes tobacco as being loathsome to the eyes, hateful to the nose, harmful to the brain, and dangerous to the lungs. But it did become the salvation of the Jamestown colonies. John Roth, who we all know as the true husband of Pocahontas, brought seeds from London to Jamestown colony. He planted them and became a massive producer of tobacco. The last few clips are of us walking to the original site of the Jamestown village. You can see the church there. That is a recreation, but it is where the church was first built. That was the site that it was built on. Not very much here. It's pretty much just an open field. They do kind of have marked off where they've found graves and things like that of different people. There is the ruins of the governor's house down past the fort a little bit, but you can see here that's showing the original foundation of the church. That's kind of what that roped off brick thing is on the ground. There's a layout of what the original church was, and then here's a recreation of the church. To the left, behind those little wooden things, you can kind of see the original church foundational walls, I guess. That in the middle, that rectangle right there under the glass, is a grave. They are trying to get permission to excavate that now to see who it is. They're thinking it's the first governor of Jamestown, though. The coming up right now, you can see behind that glass is another part of the original brick foundation and mortar and thing that was the original church that they built. This was a great place to visit, guys. If you're on the East Coast, definitely check out the recreated Jamestown fort, and then the actual field that we are right now. I wish we would have gotten more footage, but our battery on our GoPro died, so we did learn a lesson. Bring extra batteries.